So, a lot of people are thinking Crunchyroll is here to ruin anime in the West because of greedy, money-hungry CEOs and basically the end of consumerism as a whole. So let's take a look at all the stuff they've been screwing up and messing around and see what has been happening. So as of late, I'm a little late getting to this, Crunchyroll has been on the downhill ever since they've been bought by Sony, and I have mentioned this in other videos talking about the merger and how bad it is for the West. Well, it's just basically proving my point time and time again. Let's take a look at some of the new articles and things that have come out since I last talked about it. So one of the first things I would like to do is, remember how Crunchyroll used to be a pirate website and used to be for the fans and being able to let people have access to anime all around the world? Well, yeah, they don't care about you anymore. They have raised their prices once more, going from $7.99 to $9.99 for the fan tier. And you still have ads, by the way. Apparently that's just, you know, a cool, fun fact. And then you have the Mega Fan tier and the Ultimate Fan tier. And those two get you, like, discounts and stuff in the store. But realistically, you have to pay for those to not get ads. And it's kind of wild how this previous pirate website is now just trying to milk people and, you know, take their money away and just ruin things left and right. Not to mention that their quality control is horrible nowadays, and then they want to use AI subbing to get rid of their animators and, well, more so the translators, so they can cut costs even more, so they can ring your wallet for more money for the CEO. I guess his caviar, like, expiration date's coming up, so he needs to milk you out for more money. Another, like, good instance of quality control is, as everyone knows, that the Japanese dub comes out before the English dub, and unfortunately, they're cutting costs, and a good example is here is they somehow went ahead either with the English dub for Fire Force and don't have the Japanese dub yet, even though that's supposed to come out first, which shows that they're just going ahead and using AI stuff to just do things, and it's just the quality control is not there, and it just shows their cracks are falling apart. Ever since they bought out different companies such as Right Stuff, it's been one big monopoly. I remember when Right Stuff was a good source to get anime goods for cheap, older stuff for cheap because no one wanted to buy it, so they would just clear it out and make stuff like $0.25 or $1, something dirt cheap that would be good for anime fans to just have merchandise. Well, Crunchyroll, as we all know, bought it up and took that away, and they are charging premium cost for stuff that I can go down to Barnes & Nobles and get for street price, and it's insane. And we don't have access to those clearance sales anymore. So what about the anime fans that are on a budget, but they want to have some cool things? Not allowed. Get good skill issue per Crunchyroll CEO. The CEO has even come out and said that like anime fans are weirdos and nerds and they don't care and they want to milk us for money. Like, it's insane that this is just happening in the West, and it's becoming the standard. They are basically slowly whittling away at consumer rights, just like how Sony, their parent company, as well as Microsoft and other video game companies have been doing so for a while now with the modern gaming consoles. That's a whole nother topic that we can, like, jump on and discuss at a different time. And see, it's wild to me that Crunchyroll is not the only one that's doing it, because recently Manga Dex is going the corporate route as well, and as you see here, there's a trend that follows every time someone does something. Like AniTube sold out to the Japanese and became corpo. Faku became a publisher and corporate and took away a lot of their stuff, and they're actually getting rid of their, like, older volumes and stuff. Like, they're taking it off their website, so now their physical volumes of these books, which were already expensive, are going to be shooting up in price very, very soon. Now Crunchyroll was a pirate site, and then they turned corpo and start cutting corners, screwing over fans, like during the Funimation merger, where they just screwed people out and offered Microsoft gift cards for your $20,000 worth of anime you had on their server. You go, I can give you a $50 Microsoft gift card if that helps. Like, it's a scam over there. They're a scam at this point. But unfortunately, they're one of the few main ways to watch anime nowadays, and it's sad that they look at their audience and go, they're just cash cows, we really don't care, they'll do whatever they want that we want them to do. At the end of the day, it's a struggle for everyone, especially here in the States, and money isn't as flowing as it used to be, and so these premium subscriptions accounts, it's getting hard for people to be able to justify using these, and people are going to I'm just going to leave that there. But people have got to turn to alternatives to allow them to be able to enjoy this medium so they can distract themselves from the everyday life and the stresses that are everywhere. The point is, Crunchyroll is now leading the West into this downward spiral of ruining anime, having it like slog and having these crappy translations, and even good example when Fate Strange Fake that's coming out right now. Their quality is different from the original quality being pushed out. It's like they had a beta version of the anime and they put it out, and there were frames missing, things weren't lined up. It was just really weird, but they were pushing it out like it's premium high quality content and charging people for it. But that's what they want, because people are going to bend over and they have their little like median like peon like toe suckers of like fans defending their actions for this. How can you justify firing people who can actually translate Japanese into English for some cheap AI that's making your graphics card and RAM shoot up and like go through the roof in price and make clean water go out the window? How can you justify that? But people do it, and this is the future of anime, especially in the West right now. So what can you do? Well, there was this magical list that was beside me not too long ago. You can look through that and, you know, find some alternatives to things, especially if money's tight. And I know that it is for people, and it's okay to go and find alternatives. Talk about it with friends. Raising awareness for consumer rights is huge, especially, I can go into this, but if you go over to Salem Techsperts, he talks about it on the front of laptops and technology, how they're just taking away stuff, the right to repair, and a bunch of other things. Talking about this stuff and raising awareness is huge. And that's one of the big things that you can do to help bring stuff to light. And I recommend doing that. Talk to your friends about this. Go talk to your local store owners, especially if they sell anime and manga goods and stuff. Bring this up and get their opinions and just start making awareness. That's the best way to start. And, well, hurting Crunchyroll in their wallet, that's another place too, but that's a whole topic for a whole different day. So, comment down below what you guys think about this, what your thoughts are on all this going on. And I love you all. I appreciate you all. Take care of yourself out there. Do what you got to do. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.